Remember to protect yourselves at all times.
Just about touching gloves. This is what when Froch knocked out Groves.
Drama surrounding this rematch wasn't just about unfinished business. It was about proof. Proof that greatness, when refined to its purest form, doesn't fade with time, it sharpens. Under the electric atmosphere of Wembley Stadium, Oleksandr Usyk stepped into the ring once again with Daniel Dubois.
It's brilliant, got to be aggressive and commit. What will happen?
Younger, stronger challenger carrying power, hunger, and the belief that this time things would be different. But from the very first exchange, that belief began to unravel. Usyk didn't charge forward.
The right hand, Daniel Dubois.
He didn't need to. Instead, he moved like a man who already knew the ending. His jab wasn't just a weapon, it was a warning. Every step Dubois took was met with precision, a sharp interruption
When he was a young kid, the only
that halted momentum before it could even build. It wasn't speed alone that defined Usyk's control, but timing so perfect it felt almost unfair. He wasn't reacting to Dubois, he was reading him, predicting every move before it unfolded. Dubois came in determined to impose himself, knowing hesitation would only play into Usyk's hands.
to those wins over.
There were flashes of aggression, moments where he tried to force the pace, to close the distance and let his power speak. But against a fighter like Usyk, raw intent quickly turns into frustration. Each forward push was met with angles that didn't seem to exist seconds earlier.
Resistance of the shot, but when he takes that step...
Usyk's footwork, subtle, efficient, almost invisible, kept him just out of danger while placing him perfectly to strike back. As the rounds progressed, it became less of a contest and more of a demonstration. Usyk began to dictate not just the pace, but the narrative of the fight itself.
Wonder if he's got another one here. Can Dubois put it up?
His left hand started landing with increasing authority, snapping Dubois' head back and slowly draining his confidence. There was no rush, no desperation, just calm, calculated execution. Every punch carried purpose, every movement a quiet reminder of the gap in skill between the two men.
Still dangerous, he walks onto a shot, he's in trouble.
Dubois refused to back down completely. There were moments, brief flickering sparks where he found success. A body shot here, a right hand slipping through there, but every small victory came at a heavy cost. Because Usyk always responded, not with one punch, but with combinations, cleaner, sharper, more precise.
6.
It was as if Dubois was fighting not just a man, but a system, one that punished every mistake instantly. By the middle rounds, the energy in Wembley had shifted. The crowd could feel it.
Wembley is full. Back to the rafters.
This wasn't just control anymore, it was inevitability. Usyk wasn't overwhelming Dubois with brute force, he was dismantling him piece by piece, using intelligence, rhythm, and timing as his weapons. At 38, he moved with the fluidity of a younger fighter.
That's what he really is. And Daniel Dubois trying to force it.
His mind operating at a level that turned chaos into clarity. Then came the moment that changed everything. Dubois stepped forward again, searching for an opening, a chance to turn the tide, but Usyk was already there, waiting in the space between intention and execution.
The last one, in the last fight.
It's sort of exactly the same.
A perfectly timed left hand shot through the guard, landing with surgical precision. Dubois collapsed to the canvas, the impact echoing through the stadium as the crowd erupted. It wasn't just a knockdown, it was a statement. He rose, but something had shifted. The confidence was gone, the hesitation had crept in, and Usyk saw it instantly. Like all great champions, he didn't hesitate. He closed the distance, measured, composed, and struck again. Another sequence, another opening, and once more that left hand found its mark. Clean, decisive, final. Dubois went down again, and this time there was no doubt left. The referee stepped in, waving it off as reality settled over Wembley. It was over. Oleksandr Usyk had done it again. Not just a victory, but a masterpiece. A performance that blended intelligence, precision, and composure into something that felt almost untouchable. 3 times undisputed, a modern genius in a division defined by power, proving once more that skill, when perfected, reigns above all. As the roar of the crowd faded into awe, one question lingered in the air. Who can solve the puzzle that is Usyk? If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know in the comments, can anyone stop Usyk right now? And who should be next to challenge him? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more cinematic boxing stories.